Golden State, they were talking a lot of ish heading into this game on their home floor against Milwaukee. You know, they wanted to avenge that loss that Milwaukee handed them, their first loss of the season. And for about the first 3 quarters of the game, it looked like the Bucks were calling their bluff. And then the fourth quarter came along, and of course, the Warriors went on a run, an 11-0 run to be exact, around the midway point in the fourth quarter. And from that point on, it was murder she wrote. Bucks fall to 10-18. Warriors improved to 26-1. And as great as Golden State has been playing this season, on the low, there has been another team almost playing just as great. And those folks would claim the Alamo. Yep, the San Antonio Spurs. Welcome back to the Best Damn Sports Blog. Back again to talk NBA with you guys, specifically another entertaining Warriors game. We all know it was the hyped up revenge game against Milwaukee, who handed them their first loss of the season. This is the game we thought they could possibly win by 20, 30, and some even thought 40. The bookmakers had the line set at most books at 19.5. Golden State favored by 19.5 points. Against Milwaukee, with that much talent, that's crazy. That's how you know this game had too much hype around it, that the bookmakers were shook to have it less than 19.5 points. I mean, just think about it. We don't see spreads that high unless we're talking about college or we're talking about a team taking on the 76ers. Now, that is a joke, but to every joke, there does lie a little truth in it. Now, moving on. Golden State, no, they did not cover the spread, and for most of the game, it didn't even look like they would win the game. But in the fourth quarter, they turned it on, but that did not go without Michael Carter-Williams going for 24 points. The Greek Freak going for 20. Milwaukee finished the game with 7 different players scoring in double digits. The final score was 121-112. Golden State still won by 9 points, and with 8 minutes and 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter, they trailed by 11 points. That's crazy. It also shows you just how fast Golden State can turn the tables with their fast pace and three-point shooting in the blink of an eye. And just like that, you're down double digits against Golden State. And for about half of the game, the Warriors themselves trailed the Bucks by double digits. It really looked like Golden State were going to suffer their second loss to Milwaukee because the Bucks were just suffocating in the lane when Golden State tried to go in there. They are just long, athletic, and they have young, talented players. Michael Carter-Williams is a mismatch for Steph Curry, and he gave him fits on defense and on offense, just shooting over the top with the floater over him. Like I said, he finished with 24 points. In the first half, though, Milwaukee was cooking. They were on fire. That was a flawless half relative to what we're used to seeing from Milwaukee. And they have a lot of talent. But so far this season, they've been struggling. But against Golden State, they showed out. In that first half, they had 70 points on 60% shooting and led the Warriors by 12 points at the half. I'm like, what the heck am I watching? I'm thinking like, am I really seeing the Bucks just run up and down on Golden State, basically beating them at their game, except for the three-point part of it? I mean, if you were watching that game, you would have thought Milwaukee was a top 3 team in the East and that they had a winning record, because when I found out they were 10-18, I couldn't believe it. Honestly, I could not believe it. Because I knew Milwaukee, they made the playoffs last year. You know, I follow the NBA closely, but, you know, there's teams you follow more than others. And Milwaukee, somehow, it flew under the radar that they were 10-17 heading into this game. For me, at least. But anyways, when I look at that team, I see a young team that has a lot of potential, and I think they should be able to turn it around and make it to the playoffs. Now, as far as it goes for Golden State, yes, they were without Barnes Andrew Bogut only played 5 minutes, and they still went on to win the game, but for me, they felt a little exposed. Now, not to the extent that I'm saying they're still not the best team, because I believe they are the best team in the NBA. But against better teams, a little bit more savvy, that can probably hold their team down when it comes to their point total, you got to wonder if Golden State, with that type of defense they played against Milwaukee, against teams that have athletic swingmen, such as the San Antonio Spurs and big men. San Antonio has that as well, and LaMarcus Aldridge and the big fundamental in Tim Duncan. So I still think the Warriors are the best team in the NBA, but San Antonio, they're being slept on. They're just 3.5 games back of Golden State, who has just 1 loss. They're 23-5. In their last 10 games, they're 9-1, and they're on a current 5-game win streak. Kawhi Leonard looks to have taken the next step. He's definitely going to be an all-star this year. LaMarcus Aldridge is starting to find his way in the San Antonio uniform. And we know they have the best coach in the NBA right now in Greg Popovich. So the Warriors, they're still the best team in the league. Oh, I'll have to add in, San Antonio also quietly has the best point differential in the league with 5 losses, and with Golden State also defeating Memphis by 50+ points. Think about that. Golden State has just 1 loss to San Antonio's 5. And Golden State also beat Memphis by 50 points. And the Spurs still have a higher point differential. That lets you know they're also winning in dominating fashion. So we know Golden State is getting all the hype. So just remember those facts about San Antonio and continue to watch that closely, because they're not a joke either. And we know their history as well. So for those who are sleeping on San Antonio, you better wake up, or you're in for a rude awakening possibly.